With graduation on the horizon, a lot of young people are going to be looking for jobs, but there's some important things that you need to remember before you email the resume out.
That is right. Yahoo Web Life editor Heather Cabot joins us, and she's going to share some digital job hunting tips. And for all the parents out there, you can of course use these or pass them along to your graduate.
Yes, and honestly, they apply to anybody.
Yes,
hi, good to be
they
here.
They really do. And we got to talk first about first impressions, because whether it's your email or your Facebook or your Twitter account, first impressions do count, right?
That's right. I think the one thing that everybody needs to remember, whether you're a young person graduating, a teenager, a parent talking to a teen, or you're somebody looking for a job in general, the internet is forever. Whatever you put out there, there is a chance that somebody could see it. And when you're looking for a job, just assume that somebody's going to do a search on you. Okay. So what you want to do is search yourself. Make sure you do that on a regular basis and see what turns up. If there are photos, and I'm not even talking about something really scandalous, but just a photo that's not really appropriate, doesn't really show you in a professional light, take it down, change your privacy settings on your Facebook and other social media that you may use, just so that stuff doesn't show up. Just like I said, assume that they will look you up, and you want to make sure that whatever those search results pull up, that those are the things you really want to make a good impression.
Yeah, we were just talking about this in the office yesterday about how many people just post any and everything up there on their Facebook pages and then never really think about the consequence. They think, oh, it's just friends that are going to see this.
Well, I think it's also thinking about who's in your friend network too, and who may accidentally tag you in a photo that you really don't want.
That is the worst.
So it's really important, and you can change your privacy settings. You know, I know it takes a long time to do that, but it really pays off to just sit down and think about, you know, do you want friends of friends to be able to tag you? Do you want, who do you want to see this? And I think it's also really important to set up a LinkedIn profile. Try to keep your personal and your professional social networking separate. I think that's really important.
The email address needs to change also.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, and also in terms of making an impression, this really is for college students. Okay, number one, you're probably going to lose your college email address as soon as you graduate or soon after that. Okay, so you need to make sure you're not sending out a resume with your EDU email address. Secondly, you really don't want to have that, you know, the example I gave was hottie26 at Yahoo. You know, get a better one.
I mean, depending
use
on
your
what
name.
kind of job you're looking for.
Well, that's true. That's true. And again, you know, this goes for anybody looking for a job. Take a look at your email address and try to get one that's actually your name if it's still available. And the other thing is, you know, if you're sending out a lot of resumes, it's great to have a separate webmail account just for that, so it doesn't get lost and mixed up with the other personal stuff. I think it's just nice to have that separate account that's just for your job hunt, just for professional stuff.
I think will work overtime at yahoo.com would work really well in this economy, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Let's talk about doing your homework. How much research should you do on the company before you even send the resume?
Well, make sure you do some. And I also think it's really important to, when you're sending out your resume, tailor it for that specific job. And tailor your cover letter. Use social networking sites like LinkedIn to see if you know somebody at the company. Don't just send a blind cover letter and a resume that's just going to end up with thousands of, you know, see if you can actually use all this different technology to find a connection, a real connection that makes sense, and someone who can actually recommend you.
And then the last two things that I want to touch on, you said, don't stop using the cliche statements and words. And then my biggest pet peeve is the spell check. If you're not going to get that cover letter right, then, you know, why are they, and a lot of people don't use spell check.
They don't. Yahoo did a survey last year on grammar and spelling and things like that, and we found that 43% of people couldn't remember the last time they didn't use spell check or the grammar check, meaning that they couldn't remember the last time they actually just looked in a dictionary to check something.
It's free, use it, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Heather. Great tips.
All right, we'll be right back.